Hello, everybody, and that's right, I moved my desk, so now things got moved. I had to move my desk to make space for the arcade cabinet. Okay. It's okay. We are going to start our second session here of our Pathfinder campaign. You know what, now it's definitely too high now because if there was a dog in here, you wouldn't be able to see. But that's fine. We're gonna start session 2 here, and I think Steve is gonna recap before we start, just in case anything needs recapped. But we'll swap over here. I don't have it on my Elgato on my Stream Deck. Should change that. I am ready then. We're good. Big Big Marvin. Friend. So are we in the circle? Okay. Can I roll perception? I want to see what's up with these pedestals, I'm assuming? Pedestals? We're looking at an 11. Yes, on under your skills list. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing fancy about the altar thingies. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll scooch up here. Well, I'm getting closer. I can fly. Got a 23 to perceive this creature thing, I guess, or whatever is up in the sky. Lovely. Lovely, creepy little thing. Lovely. Nope. Someone else can talk to Chibro. Oh, jeez. Is extinguishing it really a good idea? Isn't the flame kind of important? But what if I need to create a portal? Then I don't have the flame. Okay, so it's just gonna, the torch thing is just gonna relight as it is if I just light it normally. It doesn't, like, require being taken from, like, a source. Alright, then I guess I will put out the flame. There's nothing wrong with taking the scenic route. Besides, normally they lead to more danger. Sawyer's got this. Oh. Mud hole. Sus. He said that they were from certain gods. Would knowledge religion tell me anything about them? knowledge. I was supposed to say, oh, I might as well just do both. Knowledge religion is going to give me a 12. And knowledge planes is going to give me math, 18.
About like what any names would be or anything.
So just that they're like very hell-like.
Yeah, they're very powerful creatures, supposedly from hell, that escaped to the plane of shadows. And they're more powerful than most of the native populace, which would mostly consist of Juha's race, the little goblin-like creatures you saw in the prison in the escape, and then Chibral, and several other lesser species.
Interesting. Okay.
Anything else as we wander through the forest?
I don't
I
think so.
don't believe so on my part.
Alright, so as you continue wandering, or being led through the forest by Juha, you come across an opening in the middle of the forest where you see a small little village. However, as you approach this village, forgot to put Juha in. As you approach this village, it appears to have recently been attacked. There is smoke billowing from some of the buildings. Most of them are destroyed. Sawyer, where are you? Alright, so Juha is gonna run up to the front here. Oh no, what happened here? This is a common village I stop at on my travels, but it wasn't like this last time.
I don't think you're gonna be stopping here anymore, bud.
We have to see if there are any survivors and help them.
Do you want to go home or do you just want to help all these people?
Well, we have to go through this village to get home anyway.
Fine, take up more of our time.
Alright, so Juho's gonna make a beeline to the center of town if anyone's gonna follow him.
Guess I'm gonna go check out these buildings if he's so dead set on us checking.
I'll
Alright.
pick the one on the right.
So in this building, you find several corpses all piled up in the corner there. Very pixelated if you far enough. Sorry, I had to stretch the picture. And then over in your building, you see more corpses, and then the building above you is billowing flames. And it looks like someone blew out the side of it. So you can see like the stones all blown out.
Alright.
Sawyer followed along here. So you come upon a fountain. And at the base of the fountain, you see a humanoid creature looking injured laying on the ground.
Here.
You all now have happened upon the scene. There's a very injured, dying-looking man would probably be the best term to use to describe it. We want to percept him, or just approach.
I'll roll perception. Cool. A 6.
Alright, well that's what I already told you.
I'm gonna check out this building over here.
This building is just
nat 20.
destroyed. Nothing seemingly in it.
Okay.
Well, okay, well with a nat 20 you catch a glimmer of something hidden beneath the floorboards.
Oh, I'm gonna go check that out. I like shiny objects.
Yeah, we know. I'm gonna approach our fella here and ask him, who is that? Have you seen him before?
Yeah, he looks like one of the natives of this village. I'm wondering if anyone else is still around.
So I'm going to proceed past Judah here.
Alright, so
And-
Juniper, how are you trying to get beneath the floorboard?
Are there any holes small enough for me to fit in?
How big are you?
I'm only a foot tall, so you've got to imagine I'm probably like maybe 4 inches wide.
If you hack away a little bit, you can make an opening that big.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna hack away a little bit.
Alright, go give me a strength check for that.
Oh, fuck. Why does this always bounce backwards on me so I can't see it? That's a 9.
That's an 8 on my screen.
I have a +1.
Oh,
Well, we'll say with a 9, you barely chipped a big enough hole for you to squeeze in.
Sweet. Alright, so what's my shiny object?
You see a coin purse that seems to have been knocked over in all the ruckus.
I'm gonna take the coin purse.
Alright, inside you find 30 gold piece.
Nice.
Sawyer, you doing anything?
I'm just hanging out next to our boy here, make sure he doesn't get into any trouble.
Alright. Leroy, so you approach the man sitting on the ground. The
Aloha,
first thing you
Roddy.
notice is
I would
over
argue
his
you're a
face
bigger
he
nerd.
has a white mask
Also, I watched Craigo's stream
made of
last night,
porcelain.
and
Additionally,
you
upon
two,
closer
you
observation,
talk the same.
you find it
That's
extremely
all I'm
hard
gonna
to
say. You
focus
talk the
on his
same
shape. Like,
because
you can
I
tell
kept
he's
thinking
humanoid and
I was
masculine
hearing you,
presenting,
and
but
I'm like,
everything
no,
feels
that's Craigo's stream, not Roddy's stream.
out of focus when you look too closely at anything other than his face.
alright.
When you approach him, he kind of like looks up at you. Are you here to help me?
Depends what happened.
Our village was attacked.
By
And
what?
then
Yeah, no, literally like
it was
copy paste
so dark,
phrases.
could not
everything.
tell you.
I'm like, nope, same person.
They were
Literally the same
everybody,
person.
or killed everybody, except for me. They told me I was weak and left me here to die. They said I didn't deserve the mercy of a quick death.
Can you walk?
Maybe. Well, are you going to take me away from this place?
If you can walk.
Friend Leroy, I think I may be able to help with that.
Oh, please. Please, enlighten us.
Alright, so he's gonna give him just a little pat. And he'll be better, still clearly hurting and not well, but he can stand now at least. Ah, thank you, good healer. I feel a little better.
Well, that's a plus.
All right.
My
Now
my
you can
name
be
is
on your merry way now, right?
my name is Hahuro.
What are you names I can't spell?
Hahuro.
X. You weren't supposed to hear that.
Don't worry, you get to meet a lot of new people today. So
Oh boy. Haven't we adopted enough nuisances?
What's wrong with adoption?
He's been healed. He can go along his merry way, right?
Answer the question.
Poppy's
Juha,
adopted. That's why this is
please
funny.
take me back to your village. I fear that the outsiders were going there next.
What time of day is this?
It's kind of perpetually dusk-like here. Like, the vibe of that forest is pretty much what it is all the time.
Alright.
Is there anything fun in this building over here I can see?
You beat me to it.
You can do a perception. Oh, you already did it.
Yep, that's I believe a 22. Yeah, that's a 22.
Let's see. You find some leftover weapons, specifically a falchion.
I'm gonna assume none of these are fairy sized.
No.
Okay.
And then
Gonna have to special order literally every single thing
you
I have.
find some gemstones. Let's see what kind.
See, now those are exciting.
Okay, since there's dark music, I would like to proceed around said fountain.
Alright.
And keep investigating this
Just
village.
remember where everyone is when you move past the fountain.
Oh boy.
But I'll reveal the whole page if you want to, like, sneak around into these buildings.
I would like to go to this building.
What kind of gems did I receive? But I'll pick them up and check the next building.
And I'm gonna roll for perception on my building.
Say onyx. 2.
19 for my building.
Alright, so in yours you find a saw, which one might use to collect lumber, a falchion, and one onyx gem.
And then I rolled an 18 for this one.
All right. So another falchion. For noticing a theme here. And hidden behind the weapons rack, you find a gold piece bag with 15 gold pieces.
I moved up to the second building next to me.
All right.
And we rolled a 19 on that.
All right. Once again, falchion. Another saw, like one might use to cut trees down. Piles of dead body. Upon closer observation, they seem to all be female, and they are of an appearance mixture of some look like Juha, some look like your new friend Hahuro. And underneath the broken floorboard, you find a bag containing, again, 15 gold and 2 obsidian gems.
2 what?
Obsidians.
So gold has moved to 166, 176.
Why is our front line damaged person not in the front of the conga line here?
Yeah, we have to move these 3 now. So, Sawyer, while you were hanging out, Juha has agreed to take Hahuro back to his village. So he's going to temporarily be traveling with you guys as well. He does, however, specify he is too weak to fight right now.
So we adopted a useless one.
That's what you said about Juha, and look how much helpful he's been.
I still want to know what you have an issue with adoption here.
All right. So those augurs have still been following you the whole time, okay? However, now you see in front of you a group of new augurs has appeared. And with them, a lean, blue-skinned, again, masculine-esque creature covered in chains, and he's got, like, barbed chains, like, hanging down the ground around him.
Yep, not a fan of that.
Yeah. Halt, intruders to the realm. Wait, where is Sawyer? Oh, sorry, yeah, no, we're all up here on the other side of the fountain. This is where we walked to. Halt, intruders of our realm. What do you think you're doing here, stealing these defenseless creatures?
What are you doing here?
We are the protectors of this realm, and we're here to take this village back from your vile grip.
Were you the ones that did all the murdering?
Well, I'm about to do the murdering of you material scum.
Okay.
And besides, we didn't steal anything. Apparently we adopted.
Well, he doesn't seem too interested in the truth of the matter, so we're gonna have to roll some initiative.
Oh boy.
I forget how to do that again.
Dice roller D20. And let me add you guys to the turn order.
Do you add anything or not?
Dex mod.
Should have
Your
the
dex.
Dex mod.
Thank you.
Your dick mod.
Then Hahuro and Jehu are gonna just move together because Hahuro's not actually gonna fight.
Me. 9. I can add myself, I think.
Alright, did it go through? It's not letting me hit enter. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Stupid. So are the
I'm sorry,
eyeball
go ahead.
things friendly in this situation or bad?
Well, they seem to be following this dude's orders, so
Oh. I need like the circles in Baldur's Gate. Like I need the yellow, the green, or the red.
I look back at Sawyer and say, are you actually gonna fight, or are you just gonna lay there like the last battles?
Oh, where did Juha go? I think I accidentally deleted him.
Sawyer doesn't answer me.
I think Sawyer's technically the one who adopted us. Then he just ignores us. Might as well just shove us in a closet like Harry Potter.
Alright. Alright. Okay. Everyone can see the initiative order here?
You're...
Alright.
Yeah, I'm last.
Juniper.
Alright, I'm gonna back up. Just a wee bit. They're all bad, you said?
I did not say that. I merely implied it.
I don't like implications. I'm gonna summon a monster.
Key kind of monster we thinking?
A bloody human skeleton.
Oh, fantastic.
And he should... I'm gonna... Where is it? Measuring tool? Ah, yeah, he can get put in right there.
That weirdly skeleton isn't in the free set. Oh no, there it is.
Okay. I was supposed to say, how is a skeleton not something that we get for
Does
free?
it have a weapon?
It's a good question.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
He just uses his bones.
It's just gonna be clawing with its bones.
There's the skeleton. And it moves on your turn, we determined, so.
Okay.
What's it doing?
Can
Look
it
him in
do
the eye.
anything?
Yeah, it's its turn, because it's still your turn.
Oh, melee. It has a broken skimtar. Okay.
Well, it did the one with nothing, so it's fine.
Well,
As long as we know.
I'm just saying, paperwork-wise here. So I don't know. I'm guessing it doesn't get a base attack bonus or anything, right? I don't have physical dice on me, so we're gonna roll to hit. That's an 18 on the die.
Are we attacking the blue boy?
Yeah, the blue boy, plus his
Alright.
strength, which I don't see online, so, you know, that's cool. Oh, there. That's a 20.
20 to hit?
Yeah, 20 to hit.
No.
Fuck. Okay. That's my turn.
This one is going to come closer to observe better. This one's now up observing from the trees. This one's gonna come try and stabby Leroy.
See, they are mean.
Uh, 16. It's probably a miss.
Leroy?
Yeah.
Correct.
Sawyer.
Great. I guess we're gonna take a swing at this thing here.
Okay, go ahead.
That's gonna be a 10 to hit.
No.
Yikes.
Jehu's gonna step up behind you. Friend Leroy,
What?
I have seen you riding around on your axe beak on the battlefield. I urge you to be careful. This creature will use its chains to try to knock you from your mount. And then he's gonna just kind of reach out and touch you, and you now have a +2 to hit, +2 to damage. Hahuro's just gonna hide behind Jehu.
What a weenie hut, Junior.
This little man's gonna come over and try and take a stabby at Juniper, and that is a 9. So we're just gonna move on from that. Leroy.
I'm gonna go after Mr. Blue Guy here. Giant
Okay.
Smurf looking fuck. I'm going to charge.
Alright.
So I'm going to end up here.
Okay.
And 18 plus 6, so
24.
like, yeah, 24.
That'll hit.
We can math.
Right. So now we do D8. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 5 is 19, plus 21 points of damage.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Is my +2 and plus damage the whole battle here?
2 rounds.
So now I only have 1 round left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copy.
Alright, so it's his turn now. Foolish, arrogant, mortal. You know not the powers with which you trifle. And he's gonna... If it'll let me, it won't let me. Why won't it let me? Do it with free hand brush. And magical chain is gonna spring forth from him, essentially blocking your charge route.
Funny. I can go diagonal with him. Fucker.
And then he's gonna come over here, I guess, and attack the skeleton.
Okay, that
What a dick.
kind of ruined everything.
Does a...
Wait, does he
23
take an attack of opportunity from my skeleton?
No, because he never left the written range.
Okay.
Okay, so does 23 hit the skeleton?
I would fucking assume so.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the skeleton's gonna take 4 damage. And then he is going to... My measure.
Oh boy.
Gaze your way, Juniper, and I need a will saving throw from you.
save. $20.
Alright, good.
Woo!
And it's your turn.
And it's my turn. Alright, well, I have this obnoxious thing in front of me. But I guess I'm gonna use my skeleton first. So skeleton is gonna attack blue guy.
Alright, go ahead.
I can promise you he's gonna miss.
Alright.
We rolled worse than last time. And then I guess the skeleton is gonna disappear at the end of this round. Because he only lasts 2 rounds. So at the end of the big round. Or now. That works too. The fuck do I want to do? Because I'm at a disadvantage if I shoot the thing that's right in front of me. Fine, I'll shoot the big blue guy with my crossbow.
God bless.
Okay.
I have a base attack bonus now, guys.
Yay.
Amazing. Are crossbows still done with dex or are they done with strength?
Dex.
Dex, that's what I thought. 20.
No.
Alright. It'd be like that.
This observer's gonna go after Leroy. Alright, so this one's gonna try to attack Sawyer. 16.
Nope.
Alright, Sawyer's turn.
Alright, let's double smack this boy in front of me here.
Alright,
First one is a 22.
that'll hit.
Second one is a 16.
That will not.
Eight damage.
8?
8 damage.
Okay. Alright, Juha will give Sawyer +1/+1. And this one in front of you, Juniper, is gonna try to hit you.
Rude.
16.
That'll hit.
Alright, and that's 1 damage. And then, 4 bleed damage for 1 round. So on your next turn, you'll take 4 more damage.
Great.
Oof.
Oh no, I'm sorry, 2. 2. It's 1d2, sorry. Leroy.
Oh, 2 bleed damage.
Yes.
Yep. It's your turn.
I am going to charge this way towards the eyeball thing.
Okay.
And does a 16 hit the eyeball?
Nope.
Wait. Okay, that's cool.
Alright, it's Blue Man's turn. He's gonna come over here. And when he does, this chain is going to just kind of disappear. And he's gonna resummon one here. And he is gonna attack Sawyer. 21.
Yep.
And then 23. Okay, so you take 6 damage from the first one, 8 from the second. Sorry for the max rolls. Juniper.
sorry, I muted my mic. Is the big creature, the blue guy, 4 hit dice or less?
No.
Shit. Well, there goes my planned out turn.
The little ones are.
Well, that's not nearly as fun. You know what? I'm gonna use... Assuming... Oh yeah, it definitely reaches. We're gonna flare him. He gets a fortitude save.
The blue guy or one of the little ones?
The blue guy.
Alright.
Just gonna flare him.
That's a 14.
It's a 14, so he does not save. And he is now dazzled for 1 minute.
Okay.
So he'll take a -1 penalty on attack rolls and sight-based perception.
Alright, this little man here is gonna try and stab you. Well, that's a 2, so that's not gonna hit. This one's gonna attack Sawyer. Sawyer does a 20 hit.
Yes.
Alright, so that is 4 damage. And then 1 bleed point for 2 rounds. And it's Sawyer's turn.
I'm trying to murder this eyeball thing. Or do I lose that point now?
Yeah, on your turn.
Oh boy, say it with me.
Firm. That crit.
Crit. 22.
Yes.
Alright, so the first one is a confirmed crit. What about the second one? Nope, second one misses. $17 damage.
Hell yeah.
Alright, how is it dying?
I just sliced it in half.
Alright, and as you do, the metal kind of explodes out into shards and falls to the ground, and it's just, I guess now sliced in half eyeball laying on the ground. Alright, it's Juha's turn. Friend Sawyer, you're in trouble. Let me help. And he lays hands on you, and you heal 10 damage, and you're no longer bleeding. And Haruo's gonna kind of shuffle his injured ass up here and attempt to attack this man's. So he's gonna give this blue man here a little touchy, and it's gonna look to harm him. And when he pulls his hands away, you can see that like the blue flesh is like discolored and almost frozen. Oh, and this one is gonna zoom over here, like it's gonna attack your new friend Haruo. Leroy.
So I should be able to come this way with him, right?
I mean, if you're drawing an arrow, I can't see it, but yes, you can kind of side swipe the blue guy.
Oh no, I don't want that. No. I want.
But yes, what you were drawing was a valid route.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
as long as you don't run into the chain.
Okay. I'm gonna charge. Then. And now I'm lost. There we go. I'm gonna charge over here to Juniper. And we're just gonna say I missed, because that's a 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right, it's his turn. He, in anger, is gonna shoot out a second. Chain right there. And he's gonna attack Sawyer, Juha, and Hahuro. 16 on Sawyer.
Nope.
16 on Jaho is gonna miss. And even worse on the third one. Alright. Juniper. You know, I got a 16, but I forgot to actually subtract one, so it was actually a 15.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Jolt on this little eyeball thing here in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a D3. I'll roll a D6. That's one electric damage.
Okay.
I'm very
Can you
helpful.
give me another D3?
Another D3.
Well, it's made of metal.
Yes, that was kind of my hope here. That's 2.
Alright. Oh. This one's gonna just slide on up here and attack Leroy. Just kidding, because it got an 11. Sawyer.
I guess we're gonna try to beat up the big guy.
So I need an acrobatics check. Well, how are you getting to him, rather?
You have a chain in the way, sir.
Yeah, whatever. I'll try to go over the chain or around it or whatever.
Alright. Well, if you want to go over it, we gotta do acrobatics check.
That's a 20.
Sure, okay. So you make it over in between the two chains.
I'll give the boyish macarino. Oh boy. Here we go. Once again.
Confirm.
Confirm.
That.
Great. Ooh.
Maybe not. That's a 18.
Nope.
Well,
Ooh.
still hits though.
10 damage.
Okay. Jaha is gonna give a little more healing to our friend here, Hahuro. Who's looking better now. Still not healthy, but, you know, better. This music's very intense. Haruro's gonna attempt to touch the dude again and miss. And this dude's gonna come try and stab Hahuro. And hit. Oh my goodness. For 1 damage. Okay. Leroy. I just say this music is extremely intense.
This is a very intense battle.
Leroy. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, since I got little eyeball dude, I'm just gonna do a little schmack like Sawyer did. Do I still add the +5?
Yeah.
Your strength
to
bonus?
no, to my damage if I would hit.
The +5, yeah, because that's your strength. You just don't double the lance damage.
Okay, does a 13 hit?
No.
Sweet. Sweet.
All right, it's this man's turn. Okay, so to start, Sawyer, I need a will saving throw.
8.
8.
Yeah.
All right, so you are gonna be shaken, which is where's my shaken -2 penalty on attack rolls and skill checks, but I don't think that's gonna be relevant unless you plan to jump the chains again. For 2 rounds. And then gonna try and chain you. That's a miss. One is a maybe. 22.
Yep.
And that's 3 damage. And then we need a dex save. Or reflex, sorry.
6.
Alright, so the chain below you is going to have barbs shoot out of it very quickly and then come back in. And that's going to be 3 damage. I guess Jaha needs to make his reflex throw. Okay. So you and Jaha both take 3 damage from the chains exploding out and barbs.
Oof.
Juniper.
I'm gonna use Jolt again. But this time I'm gonna use it on the big guy. And I'm gonna aim for, his waist where all the chains are.
Alright.
And Jolt does not have a save, so he's just gonna take some free damage. So that's 1.
Okay, and we'll do another one since he is covered in chains.
2.
Alright, he's whatever the equivalent of this creature being bloody is.
Got a little jolt to the nads. He might be a little uncomfy.
Alright, so this one floating next to Leroy is going to try and attack, and he's going to definitely miss. Sawyer.
I guess we're gonna try to smack Blue Boy here.
Alright.
Nope, they both miss.
Alright. Jaha is going to lay hands on you and give you some inspiration so you're no longer shaken. And get a +2/+2 for 2 rounds. And heal for 8. Hahuro is going to attempt to touch this dude again and miss. Those hands check, dude. And then this dude's gonna attack Hahuro and hit him for 1 damage. Alright, Leroy.
Well, I can't get to the blue guy, so we gotta hack at this eyeball thing again.
Well, these eyeballs are tiny and floating, so theoretically you can charge past it.
Oh, I can charge.
Yeah, they're tiny. So they're only like...
Oh,
they're the size of an eyeball covered in metal.
I was mainly just trying to get out of the little dice thing.
Sure.
I'm gonna go this way to the other end.
Okay. So then we can roll to hit.
12.
No.
Just getting bullshit, people.
Yeah, like, reality is I should be, like, a quarter of the size of, like, your character icon, and they're the same size as me.
Alright, well, the blue dude is gonna miss Sawyer on his attack. So it's Juniper's turn.
It's my turn.
Sawyer, you narrowly dodge out of the way as a chain comes flinging at your face, by the way.
Alright, I'm gonna jolt the eyeball in front of me. Oh, that's the
Okay.
wrong fucking die. Ignore. That's 2 damage. Plus, let me roll another
And?
d6. You silly. 2 damage.
Okay.
Can't do a lot of damage, so you know something is better than nothing. Oh, fuck.
Alright, so this other one has flown over and taken note of you. But it missed.
I don't appreciate that.
Well, you keep jolting them, so it's a 14 hit.
No.
Okay, I'm pretty sure AC is higher than that. I'll learn what everyone's AC is eventually, maybe. Sawyer.
Try to smack the big boy again.
Alright, let's get those crits.
Nope. Both miss.
Alright.
Oof.
Even with your +2/+2?
I rolled a 3 and a 6.
Oh, so yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, well, our new friend Hahuro is gonna miss too.
So Josh is either gonna be nat 20s or absolute garbage tonight. Got it.
Way to go, Josh.
And Leroy. The other eye stabbed Hahuro again.
I'm going to charge again back towards Juniper.
Okay.
Hopefully I can hit this time. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Thank God. We need it.
Times.
Oh, we love to see that.
Yeah.
8 times 2 is 16 plus 5, 21 points of damage.
There
All
we
right.
go.
I would say he's definitely enraged now.
Y'all done pissed him off.
Does a 17 hit Sawyer?
No.
Well, that one was worse. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Alright, so you're gonna hit once for 4 damage. Juniper.
Boy, I'm gonna jolt the same eyeball, the one to my left that I've been jolting. It's a 3.
And
A 2. Grand total of 5.
alright, it's I guess bloodshot now and leaking. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this creature being bloodied.
It kind of makes me uncomfy.
Right? Okay, so the one on top of Juniper above her is gonna attack Leroy. Does a 20 hit?
Negative.
No.
Alright. The other one is gonna attack Juniper. 16.
Yes, that'll hit.
Alright, that's Jesus. 1 damage and 2 bleed for 1 round. That's Christ. The bleed is gonna do more damage to you than the actual stabbing.
So 1 more round of the bleed then?
Yeah, so on your next turn, you take 2 damage.
Lovely. Lovely. Wonderful. Magnificent.
Sawyer.
Try this again. Oh boy. This is gonna suck. Well, I rolled a 1.
Great job.
Oh.
Oh, then I rolled an 8.
Even better.
Give me a strength check.
17.
All right, so you swing, and instead of hitting him, you get your sickle, right?
Scimitar.
Scimitar. Yeah, entangled in the chains around his waist, but you're able to pull it back out. No harm, no foul. Jaha is going to blast a radiant light over Juniper and heal her for 9 damage.
What a nice fella.
Hahuro is going to try to touch the blue man again and miss. Man is just not having a day. Weird Eyeball is going to try and fly over here, but wait, there's an attack of opportunity, which he's still somehow going to miss.
Oh boy.
And he's going to try and stabby Sawyer and miss. Leroy.
I'm going to charge the blue fella again.
All right, do it. That'll hit.
25. 8, 16, 21.
All right, how is this blue bitch dying? Sorry, Twitch.
Yay!
His head gets decapitated and rolls towards Sawyer to kind of prove that I'm a better fighter than he is.
Oh God. Okay, so Blue Man's been decapitated. Juniper.
Gonna jolt this eyeball.
All right.
That guy. Holy shit, that's massive. Just trying to find something that was small and jolt-like, and there's nothing small and jolt-like in the effects.
That's an interesting question, actually. Can you guys see whatever creature I have highlighted?
No.
Okay.
Alright,
Good to know.
that's 2 damage. And 3 damage.
All right, how's this one going?
I'd like to think it makes some sort of little shriveling, screeching noise when it dies.
Well, it doesn't have a mouth or the ability to speak.
I'd like to think it. Okay.
Okay, well, we'll say it makes...
It's gonna be seizing on the ground. That's what's gonna be happening from the jolt.
We'll call it a steam-escaping metal cage noise as the eyeball inside of it cooks and eventually explodes.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Eyeball juices.
Alright, so now it is the one in front of you's turn. It kind of just looks at you confused now because it doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
Sawyer.
Let's try to smack this boy behind me here.
Alright, oh, so yeah, these chains are gone now. Obviously, since it's their master's gone.
Oh boy, here we go.
Confirm.
Bad. Hurry. 17.
Yep.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
And the second one is a 15.
No.
Okay. 1 hit for a crit. 19 damage.
Okay, how's this one going?
Same thing, just slicing it in half. Choppy choppy.
Alright, sliced it in half. There's now 4 eyeball halves lying on the ground and a whole bunch of metal scrap. Leroy.
Oh, we're just gonna dodge him and try and hit him.
Okay.
I'm gonna call that a nat 1.
Oh no.
Alright, you know what to do. Yeah, you know what you have to do.
Negative.
Confirm that fail.
Or avoid it.
So I have to confirm it.
Yeah,
Gotta
you
roll
have to roll
another
another d20.
d20.
See how bad the fail is.
Oh, it's gonna be horrendous. 19.
You're fine.
Alright, you're fine. You stumbled a little bit and you missed just because he's so small, it's easy to miss. Luckily, Juniper was standing just out of the way.
If you would have stabbed me, we would have had a big problem.
No,
you.
imagine you go this whole fight without getting down just to get downed by your teammate. Juniper.
Alright, we're gonna jolt it. Big jolt. Big jolt. I hate that it rolls where I can't see it. Alright, that's 2.
And
1.
Another. Alright. On its turn, it's going to do something you haven't seen one of these creatures do yet, and it's actually going to land on the ground and just kind of sit there and look at you.
That's
if it
weird.
weren't for the fact that it's so creepy, you could almost see that it looks sad. Sawyer. Leroy.
I'm gonna charge it again, just to hopefully get it out of the way.
Hit it like a golf ball.
18 to hit. I'm sorry.
That'll hit.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. 3, 6. 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
$15 damage.
Alrighty. And Juniper.
Oh, it's still not fucking dead.
Feel bad that it looks sad. Why does it look sad?
Just kill it.
You can try asking it, but it has no appearable way to talk to you.
It'll just shed more tears.
Can I pick it up?
I mean, sure, it's a big metal thing covered in knives, but yeah, I mean, you could try.
My hands are tiny. They can probably fit in between the knives.
That's fair. It's very fair.
I'm just gonna hold it and look at it and be sad with it.
All right. You can almost swear that you see it kind of shed what could be described as a tear, except it's just blood.
No.
Given that it's just an eye, it kind of lacks tear ducts. It's gonna spend its turn. What you could maybe describe as attempting to nuzzle you.
Aww.
You're so fucking dead when I get a hold of it.
No.
Sawyer.
I guess I'm just gonna stand here in confusion and watch what's going on because it hasn't attacked any turn recently, right?
Nope, hasn't attacked since you killed the big guy.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of chill here, watching it.
Okay. Again, your two friends over here aren't going to do anything crazy. So Leroy.
I can't hurt Taylor.
Yeah, so your basically choices are to let this play out, or try to attack a tiny little ball that your teammate is holding.
Well, I mean, she has a problem with adoption people. So we got that going for us. So I'm going to let it play out and look at Sawyer and be like, what the hell is the little shit doing?
Okay, so Juniper,
Uh-huh.
it's your turn.
Stab
Okay.
it.
Is there any rope around by, like, the cart up ahead?
What are you trying to do? Fucking hang it?
No!
I think she wants to carry it around like a balloon.
No!
Yeah, we'll say there's some twine holding a barrel of hay, or like a bundle of hay. Well, I can't think what the word would.
That would be a bale of hay.
Then yeah, so there's a bale of hay there with some twine.
Alright,
Again,
well,
I want to point out this is a creature covered in knives, so
yeah.
you have to be careful with this.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the twine and carefully tie it around one of, like, the knife parts. And I'm gonna use it like a leash, and I'm gonna say, "Come along, little friend."
Okay, so its eye brightens, and it stops crying and kind of nods at you, implying that it at least understands what you want it to do.
Yay!
Alright. So we can go back to the normal non-combat version of this map.
I have a pet eyeball now.
And yeah, we have adopted a pet auger.
Until I go
Also,
stab
you also you observe that there are more of the augers up in the sky above you, watching all of this happen. And when you, we'll say, liberate that one, a couple of them seem to zoom off in a direction.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Oh God. Friend Juniper, that was very kind of you to spare this poor creature.
He's just a sweet little boy.
He is. The augurs are usually quite gentle. I am surprised these ones attacked us. It must have been the other one who convinced them, the chained one.
I'm gonna name him Fluffy.
Do I hear you have somewhat of a heart?
Towards pets.
The
No
chained
co-
ones are usually the enforcers in our world. I don't know what we did to anger that one.
No comment.
Alright, so are we done in this village? We've
We
investigated
are.
all the houses. Alright,
Yeah.
so we now are leaving the village with our three companions.
Going on a trip in our favorite piece of shit.
Continuing through the forest. Wrong one. So we are continuing. Why did my scene not change? Continuing through this dark, creepy forest. And when you come upon the next opening, you see laid before you a smallish sized village. So we are
Right.
approaching, if you want to add your characters, we're approaching from the left-hand side.
Oh no.
Go ahead and add all of our people.
It's so bright.
There's your pet.
My pet!
Or outside the gates still, guys.
I can only see
Oh.
white.
I'm gonna say it's a giant white screen.
Yeah.
Mine is not.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess Josh and I will just go fuck ourselves.
I'm gonna try moving us again. See if it reloads it.
Because, yeah, it's just a giant white rectangle
No, I
for
pulled
me.
the stream up. I can see that. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna move us back to battle, and then put us back here.
Nope.
If I put it back down a second time, did that fix it?
Nope.
It works on my end.
Must be nice.
Let me real quick just try to make a new page with it.
This would be a good time to go and get a beverage if you need one.
He has a good point.
Alright, what about anything now?
Nope.
Man, that's even worse.
It's so weird.
I am going to go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Let me leave roll 20
Troubleshooting technical problems.
and rejoin roll 20.
Oh, I can see it now.
Oh, you can see it now, the big village?
I can, yeah.
Tiny? I hope this isn't like a problem with like just bigger maps taking longer to load, because the next one's like twice this size.
I can see it now.
Yay! Okay, well we'll wait until Bobby gets back with his beverage. Unless he can still hear us.
So everything can be seen now. No bright white light that's blinding me.
No, yeah, I opened the stream, that was terrible.
I have returned with a beverage and a popsicle.
Alright.
Yes,
So, everyone can see the village before you now. Friends, welcome. This is my home, Mud Hall. Please come in. We will go see the chief right away. So, we enter the village, and you see a couple of people around, less than you would expect for a village this size. But everyone seems excited to see Juha back.
Strange. Why would anyone be excited to see him?
Seemingly almost getting a hero's welcome. Also, you notice that there's a lot of younger people, we'll say. Come, friends, the chief's hut is in the middle of town. We should go there quickly. So we're going to be over here.
You'll have to move my pet auger for me.
Oh, you can't move things I placed?
No.
Here I am moving the whole map, like... Apparently when I made these the other day, I forgot to lock everything. Hahuro's gonna offer to stay out here by the campfire. Because the chief's hut's not exactly large. Alright, so upon entering the chief's hut, you see a small boy who looks remarkably similar to Juha. Although most of the people in this town look fairly similar to him. Sitting on a throne would be a bit of a exaggeration. Small, large for him, wooden chair. And one or two people around him giving advice. Juha runs up to him. I dropped some names, so... Jota, what are you doing? Why are you sitting in the chief's chair? You know he won't be happy about that. Juha will, or Jota, Jotuh, for anyone writing them down. Responds, Juha, oh, thank goodness you're back. The chief and chiefess have gone missing, and I've been appointed to be in charge now. But I'm so happy to see you. I'm glad you're back. And he gets up from the throne and gives Juha a hug. I was worried after yours and mother's and father's disappearance that you wouldn't come back to us, brother.
So we were escorting a royal pain in the ass.
Okay, this is a fishing village. Royal might be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I don't see any fucking water. Oh, wait, never mind. There's water over there.
Well, all this in the middle is water. You're basically in like a marshland, or the equivalent of what would be a marshland. The water here is kind of gross, but
Well, like you are.
Friends, I'm honored and saddened to introduce you to my brother Jota, who I suppose has recently been named chief of the village. It sounds as if our father has gone missing. Brother, what happened here? Jota responds, well, shortly after you disappeared, or, well, rather didn't come back from your ventures, a group of bandits attacked us. They weren't like anyone I've ever seen before, though. They weren't from around here. And when father went to try to defend the village, they killed him and took his body, and they kidnapped our mother and said they were taking her away. You say these are your new friends? They helped you bring you back? This kid looks to be about, 8. Did you help bring my brother back to our village?
Sadly, here we are.
Yeah, well, you have my thanks. But could you do me a favor now?
Depends what it is.
I would like for you to go find my mom. She was taken by the bad men.
Can we take the healer with us?
Unfortunately, the cleric of our abbey was also taken in the raid, so Juha will have to complete his training early and take over her position. But I'm sure he can give you any healing supplies you need. They'll all be located in the abbey.
Where's Josh at?
He's hanging out by the entrance.
He's way over there.
I don't know if he's just here and didn't move his character or not.
Hi, Josh.
I'm just slow walking through, checking things out as I go.
He's
Lots of
sussing
sad,
things out.
downtrodden-looking children.
So we can't take him with us, but you expect us to just drop what we're doing and go help you again?
Well, I don't have a lot of information on where they came from, but if you go see Sadol, the captain of our militia, I'm sure he has some ideas. He was helping on the front lines, so I'm sure he heard something from them.
And
He
what
was actually planning a raid.
What is said name?
Sadol, Sedol.
And he is you said the leader of the...
He's the captain of the village militia.
Now, what's in this little task here for us? Because we should be getting back to where we belong.
We were found in a cell, yo.
I said where we belong, not where we came from. Hello. Maybe
I'll
you belong in a cell.
I'll kill the thing next to you.
No, not Fluffy.
Well, dear new friend, as you can see, we don't have a lot, but anything we can offer is yours.
I want everything.
I mean, if you want some of our fish, but I think they may be poisonous to people like you.
Fantastic. Don't want that.
Yeah, the river's not great here. It's gotten worse lately. I think there's pollution.
I would like a fancy cape.
We can see if we have anything in the Abbey. That's where most of the goods are. It's basically a storehouse.
Take me to this abbey. Take us to this abbey.
Friend Leroy, I was planning to take you there anyway. That's where your reward for rescuing me is going to be. And I believe friend Juniper picked something up at that bandit camp that I can maybe identify. I believe she picked up a staff of some kind, but I will need to study it.
Sure.
Do you know which way your loved one went?
I don't have any information. Oh, hello, new person. Did you help bring my brother back?
Yes, I've been with these two here.
He's gonna give you a hug.
You
Oh,
sound like that's
okay.
the problem. Us two.
He's just an excitable child with way more responsibility than he deserves. As I said, I believe Sadal has an idea. He was talking of grandiose plans to go rescue them, but our militia took a bit of a beating in the raid, so...
Well, since I seem to be what I call the leader now because my friend back there saved us, but, isn't doing much. And you take us to Sadal.
I would like to stop at the Abbey first.
Oh my fucking god. I'm going to kill that thing if you keep making requests.
No. They literally said about taking us to the Abbey for our reward. Do we not want payment for dealing with this jackass?
Jahub, will you please escort our honored guests to the Abbey? And if you would like a place to rest for what you would call nighttime, you're more than welcome. And I will see if we can scrounge up any down payment on the rescuing of my mother, and perhaps even the rest of our villagers if you can find them.
Now it went from one to God only knows how many.
Dear friend, who you didn't introduce yourself, so he doesn't know your name. Dear friend, there are many orphans now in our town.
Oh my god, we gotta bring orphans into this now. Listen, bro.
Most of our skilled craftsmen and fishermen have all been taken, so it's quite likely our village won't survive without any of them, and now all of that responsibility is on my shoulders.
Less talking, more walking.
Alright, so he's gonna give his brother another hug and bid him farewell. Juha will offer to lead you to the Abbey.
She just drooled all over my
So
chair.
if we follow him this way.
All over my chair.
And as you're walking through, you notice this is like a real shit village. Like
I can
these
see
basically are tents and like mud huts.
that.
Are we making
And
fun of the poor?
nope, I am just informing you what the village looks like.
My character's
And-
literally homeless.
And you come across the only nice-ish looking building in town. This little wooden building, pretty tall, all things considered, compared to the mud huts. Wooden structure out on the water, which Juha will lead you into, and it's the Abbey. If you pardon me, friends, I'll go grab your reward. So he's gonna disappear for a moment and come back carrying a rather decently sized sack of gold.
Ooh.
Alright. Friend Leroy, for bravery shown in battle and the most excellent riding of a mount I've ever seen, I bestow upon you this gold. And he's gonna give you 150 gold piece.
But now I gotta do math.
Friend Juniper, for mastery of the arcane and magical prowess I have rarely seen, I bestow this upon you, and he'll give you 150 gold.
Good.
Friend Sawyer, for being loyal and rescuing us from that, all of us from that cell, and liberating me from certain death, and always staying by my side, I bestow upon you this gift, and he'll give you 150 gold. Now, friend Juniper, if I may, can I see the staff that you liberated from those bandits?
Remember taking a staff from people, but sure.
It was in the treasure room where you found one of the gems. We kind of glossed over it. We were more focused on the gold.
Okay. Sure.
So Juha will like sit in front of the staff, kind of meditating and studying. Switching between meditation and studying it. And after a couple minutes, he'll come over and be like, "This is a miraculous gift. So this is a staff of minor healing. By what I can best tell, it will have the ability to cure you in a moment of need. So, what this staff does, it has whoever wants it. Technically, I think Juniper would be the best suited for it, but I think anyone can use it.
How
If
big
it's a
is this
clear-
staff?
I mean, I think normal staves are like 2.5 feet tall.
I'm
That's
a foot
big.
tall.
Well, this one's a minor staff, so I mean, it's still probably your height, but
Lay it on Fluffy.
So it's
All right.
basically a magic wand, but for a pixie. It's a staff. Or for a
Yeah.
sprite. Okay.
So the staff holds 10 charges at a time, but can be recharged by any healer or priest that you may happen upon if they are open to doing so. The staff can cast Cure Light Wounds at caster level 5, or cast Remove Sickness for the expense of 1 charge. Someone should write this down, by the way.
I'm trying. You said light wounds.
Yep.
At level 5. Yeah.
Okay.
The staff can cast Cure Moderate Wounds at caster level 10, or Aid at caster level 10 for 2 charges.
Okay.
Or the staff can cast Channel Energy as if a cleric for 4d6 healing at the expense of 3 charges.
Alright, so let me get this straight. Late wounds, level 5. The cure wound at level 10 times 2 charges. The channel 4d6 healing at 3 charges.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it holds 10 charges at a time.
Yeah. So I'm going to make it a little easier, and we'll make a handout with all of that.
That'd be nice.
Greatly appreciate you.
All right. And show. And it should be there.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to add items, so we'll have to do items as handouts like that. We can have something more upbeat. We're in a town now. All right.
Oh, I dropped my notebook. Son of a bitch.
Friends, it saddens me, but I think this is where we must, for now at least, depart. As you can see, there's a lot of cleaning up to do around the village. This song is much louder.
Where's her cape at?
I think we have to
right.
save the mother for my cape. Unless I can get a cape now. I'll take a cape.
So he'll disappear in the back and come out with a light purple cape in that color.
It's just a plain cape.
Do you want anything special on it?
A +1 to AC.
Oh, you didn't ask for a magic cape.
It was the implication.
You get a decorative cape now, and if you can rescue the mom, you can have a better cape.
I'm going to proceed over here to Fluffy and kill him.
No! What did Fluffy do?
Interestingly, spellcasters can actually get creatures like Fluffy as familiars.
Fluffy and I are gonna bond. I'm not actually a... Well, I guess I'm kind of a spellcaster. As an arcanist, yeah. Fluffy's my pet. Leave Fluffy alone.
What's our weird fellow doing over here at the little campfire thing?
Resting. He got beaten up by the augurs.
Alright, so where is the captain of the guard?
Yeah, you'll find the militia tent right inside the entrance to the town. So that big tent right when we came in. Next to our wood stores.
Okay. Big.
Which I'll have to dig into to repair this. Repair the abbey. But I hope to see you soon again, friends. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do.
He just friends anybody and everybody, doesn't he?
Are you coming over too, Sawyer?
Woohoo!
Alright, so looking into the tent, you see the back of an older gentleman staring over what basically is like a mat board, talking to seemingly nobody that you can tell.
Hello, fella.
One second. So he'll get up leaning off the table and turn around, and sitting at the table behind him, you see small young kid looking to be about the same age as Jota, with black hair though instead of white.
You must be the non-adopted one yet.
The old man looks at you and says, "Oh, outsiders, what do you guys want? Come to steal more of our women?"
No. Thanks for the attitude, but my name is Leroy, and we were told to come here by, I forget the fella's name. I'm going to call him Jebediah, because I don't remember his name. I don't have it written down. Or Jota, that to have a conversation with you to find your village people. But if you don't want our help, we will be more than welcome to go on our way.
Oh, you came here to help our people, and let me guess, you're only doing it for the reward?
I look back at Sawyer and says, help?
No one told us there was a reward.
The little kid's gonna speak up. Yigi, don't be so rude to our guests. These people are clearly here to help. Hi there. My name's Sadal. And what's yours?
Oh, that's Sadal. As I mentioned, if you didn't hear, I am Leroy, and this is Marvin, my pet Axebeak.
He starts to pet Marvin, Big Beak Marvin. I've never seen a creature like this before. Is he exotic and rare?
Sure, but since you don't know the others, the little fairy-looking thing with the little pet thing. That is a Juniper. She's has a little bit of an attitude on her, so just watch out. I look back to Sawyer and I say, that's Sawyer. He rescued us, but more like we rescued him.
Hello.
Don't touch Fluffy.
Oh my gosh, she rescued one of the observers.
Don't touch Fluffy.
Aren't they cute, though?
They are adorable. Just don't touch him.
Kill it.
The observers are our friends. They keep us safe.
This one's about on its last leg.
Don't worry, he'll recover. And just look at him, so full of life and love.
It looks like he's just full of knives and death upon us. Anyways, enough with the getting to know each other. What do you need from us?
Well, my dad and the rest of the men were all taken. I guess also a lot of the women. Including our chiefess, Talzimi. God damn it, I can't even say this name. Talzimzi. And I'm sure that that's got Jota all kinds of upset. Losing his dad and mom all on the same day. Of course, I told him we would do everything we could to rescue him, but right now the militia's just me and Yigi. We gotta train up some of these little whelps you see around here into fighting men before we can go get our people back.
Well, that's why we got sent over here. Do you want to help
Jota's so
or not?
smart. Yeah, Jota's so smart. He'll make a great chief someday. But between us, today's not that day. He's too scared right now.
Do you want to help or not?
Of course, of course.
Then tell us which way to go and what you need and what to look for.
Of course. Come into the tent. Yigi, go get them something special for their help, please. Yigi's gonna kind of grumpily wander off. So inside you see a map of basically what would be the equivalent of a kingdom in the realm of shadows, or the plane of shadows. Okay, so based on what we saw where they were marching, and based on what some of the kids claim to have overheard after some interrogating, and what little scouting we've been able to do, we think they went north to Duskshire. It's a much bigger town than this. I think you guys might actually really like it. But I would be careful. I've heard there's a lot of crime there. Never been myself. Never been out of this village, really.
You want to go with us?
I'd love to, but unfortunately, I think the village needs me. I'm keeping the militia together.
I believe I was told that half your militia's dead already, so...
Well, someone's got to have the go-get-em attitude to train up these whelps, right? Unless you want to stay and train the militia, then I'll go with them to the Duskshire.
No, but what's in it for us?
Oh, Yigi will be right back with something to be nice. And, we're gonna be trying to scrounge up all the money we can. We assume they'll want some kind of ransom to give our people back. So, if that happens, we'll have to reimburse you, and I bet you we can even pay you some extra. Oh, hey, you found one without a background.
Yep. So you can
Good, because
delete
the white was killing me.
Now I can move this one around on my own too.
Well, Sawyer, do you think we should help these villagers, or do you think we should?
It seems like it's the quickest way to get us out of here.
Oh, that's true. Oh, God, I can move him too. Sorry. I'll be careful not to put my people on top. Yeah, you aren't from around here, are you? I can tell. Look how not pale you are. And he like pokes your like tanned cheeks.
Yeah, you could say that.
I've heard some rumors. My dad used to leave the intelligence reports lying around, and let's just say I don't sleep very much, so I would just come in and read them to my heart's content. Rumor has it there are people in Duskshire who know how to travel back to other planes. I wanted to go, but Dad said the other planes are dangerous.
All right. Well,
You
I
could just
guess.
help us get on our way. The sooner we get back to where we belong, the better.
Alright, so Jaha and Yigi come back. Friend Juniper,
Oh boy.
it occurs to me I promised you answers about that artifact.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I can't find much in our Abbey's library about it, but I did find something scribbled in the old Abbey Master's notes about some kind of hypothetical artifact that allowed portals to be created between worlds. And Jutah read through some of our father's notes, and it sounds like there was rumors that something like that exists nearby. And if whoever opened the portal uh, might know more about that artifact, if you can't find someone else to explain it to you.
Okie dokie.
Juniper, cut the kid some slack. He's helped us this far. He's just trying to help us some more.
I wasn't mean to him. I just said okay. So judgmental of me.
Oh, and one other minor request, if you will.
This is a lot of requests for one day.
Well, I don't know where you're heading next, but would you kindly take Hahura with you?
The
He kind of scares Jota, and he's scared enough right now.
I adopt pets, not people.
He has promised to be as minimally in the way as possible. It would be a great service to us if you would take him along.
I adopt
Otherwise,
pets, not people.
Otherwise, I fear my brother may just sit in the chief's hut and cry, and that would be bad for morale.
Leroy, why don't you adopt the man?
Ooh, I know. Hey, did you know there's a refugee camp in Duskshire? They take in all kinds there, not just fetchlings like us.
Alright, then we'll draw. Someone can drop him off at the babysitter's.
Oh, Yigi's back with your stuff. Alright, so he's gonna rejoin you guys.
Great.
Yeah, go ahead. And he just kind of throws a cloak at each of you. Borrowed these from the Abbey. Juho may have objected, but after a little backhand, he didn't have so much to say.
I thank you for the cloaks. Do they do anything special, or are they just to
these are
keep
cloaks
us
of resistance.
cloaks? Oh, all right.
So this is what Juniper was asking for earlier. So these give a +1 to all saving throws.
+1. Well, thank you for the cloaks. I guess we should be on our way to try and find your so-called family. If that's what you actually have.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure Dad's probably dead, but I'm trying to maintain a positive attitude.
One can only hope as I walk away. I go up to Juniper and I say, these people are starting to annoy me.
Sadal is gonna go up to Sawyer. Okay. Put everyone back where they belong. He's gonna be over here doing some training. Go back to Abby. Also, here's a little map. It'll show you the old road, the way to get up to Duskshear. You'll be perfectly safe. No one travels the old road anymore.
Alrighty then.
Alright. Good luck.
Do I have green on me? Oh no.
And remember, when you come back, my family's been in the militia business for a while, and before that, we were sellswords, so bring back everyone and we'll talk about a nice reward. And he'll wander back into his tent. Alright, so we can camp here for the night, head out, go talk to anyone we want. What do we want to do?
Camping here for the night is probably a good idea. I'd like to be back at full health.
Well, there's plenty of empty huts, so it won't be an issue. Lots of people are not here.
Gonna go eepy.
Alright, so we eepy here for the night. And in the first thing in the, I guess what could loosely be called morning in this place, we're gonna head out down the old road. Which is a path through another creepy forest, because there's a lot of woods around these parts.
Excellent.
We love
But
creepy
an
woods.
actual road this time, instead of just trusting Juha to lead you through the woods correctly. So, after about a 3-ish hour march, which you suppose should be about halfway there based on the very crudely drawn map by an 8-year-old, you come across an ancient altar. So let's perception the altar. See how much detail we see.
16.
11.
I got a 5.
Alright. Well, we'll start with our 5. You see an altar
Excellent.
that has 3 people on them. A man, a woman, and less of a person, more of like a creature. The altar gives off kind of creepy vibes, but also very enticing to continue to look at. Hard to look away. There's a lot of detail. What was our next highest?
11.
All right, 11. You're very enthralled with the humanoid creatures, so the two that look more human-like, the man and the woman. They are rather tall, about, you estimate between 8 to 9 feet tall. But they seem to be being tortured, the way they were cast in this altar. So the one that appears to be more masculine has spikes protruding from his shaved, hairless skull, and what you could best describe as what looks like ruined indents that have been carved into the flesh on his chest. The one that you could maybe describe as more feminine has daggers stabbed all throughout her body and all over her arms, legs, and spikes protruding from her head, which has also been shaved bald.
That's high.
And markings carved into her face to resemble tears streaming down her cheeks. And what was our next highest?
16.
You are also focused on those two, but notice the creature above it is a multi-limbed creature, and that part of the altar is actually not cast in stone, but made of metal, and has razor-sharp claws almost engulfing the two humanoid figures below it. And in the very center of it, the only part of that creature that isn't stone is what looks like it may have at one time been a humanoid, but all of the flesh is missing, and you can really basically only see very detailed carvings of organs, a circulatory system, so blood vessels, and nervous system running throughout, and the rest of it's just surrounded by that metal creature. In addition, all of you notice that around the outside of it, in almost an arch shape, are a bunch of sculptures of those augur creatures that have been following you around.
Interesting.
Can Taylor's eyeball thing
Fluffy.
communicate with the others?
Well, they're just stone statues. This is
But I'm
just
saying, like, if we would come upon them again.
Sure, I mean, there's been a couple following you from a safe distance the whole time.
10-4.
But they don't seem interested in getting any closer. Do we want a visualization of what this altar may look like, or?
If you have one.
Well, you'll have to use your imagination a little bit, but this is the masculine figure. That's the feminine figure. Oops. And this is the creature standing over them. And then those eyeball creatures around the outside.
Interesting.
Isn't it? Unsettling in a way. So you let me know when we're done taking in this magnificent sculpture. Very detailed.
I'm good.
I've got it committed.
Alright. So you finish looking at the altar, and as you turn your attention back to the road heading north to Duskshire, standing in front of you, you see the male creature from the sculpture.
Oh. Lovely.
Just standing menacingly in the center of the road.
I'm just
Looming
gonna
over-
keep walking.
So you're gonna approach this strange, creepy-looking creature in the middle of the road.
I'm
He's a
not
little-
approaching him.
Well,
I'm just
yeah.
walking like he doesn't exist. Well, technically I'm flying, but you know.
Okay. Sawyer or Leroy?
I'll go with Juniper in case something happens.
All right.
Yeah, I'll keep like a side eye on him as we're walking.
So as you walk past him, you see his glance following you, and give me a perception check.
— 18.
20.
13.
Okay, so 13. You just see him kind of staring you down as you walk past. He remains rather quiet, though. 18, you think as you see him turning his head to follow you, you see a slight smirk come across his face. 20, you hear a barely audible chuckle. Or chortle. It's like a huh.
With hearing that chuckle, can I look at him and say, "Did you say something?"
Alright, so when you talk to him, he is gonna disappear and reappear right in front of who's leading this whole charge. Who's in front?
I will.
Alright. So he's basically gonna appear like a few inches right in front of you, right in front of Marvin. And I should point out, since he's 9 feet tall, he's basically eye level with you.
Oh, he big boy. Okay.
Well, well, well. Who do we have here? A couple of lost little lambs wandering the woods?
Juniper's gonna like that.
Say that again. I apologize.
Say
Oh.
what?
Whatever. Whatever
Okay,
Steve said.
thank you. Well, well, well. What do we have here? A couple of little lambs lost in the woods?
I wouldn't classify us as lambs, but that's cool, bro.
I can be whatever you want me to be.
Oh no.
That's kinky shit right there.
Oh no.
All of you creatures of flesh are but lambs to us. But you're different than the others.
What did the others look like?
Much like your friend there. And he'll point at Sawyer accusingly. But unlike you, they had little interest in the fate of the beings of this realm. So tell me, why is it that you and your ilk care so much about the fate of the fetchling?
We're just going on a trip, bud.
Fate of the what?
We've been watching you, our observers, and we've seen how you've been treating our people. It is not how our people are used to being treated by outsiders. So
I guess the
asked
question we should
again,
ask is, who are you?
I'm gonna hold Fluffy close.
How rude of me. My name is Victor Knox.
Sounds like a frat guy.
And I am here to invite you to meet my master.
Well, you see, we're on this trip to find others. So, unless you can tell me where those others are, we might not be interested.
Oh, we know why you're here. And he'll motion up to the augurs in the sky circling above you. They've told us everything.
So you can interact with the flying eyeballs above us.
He'll reach out and like pet Fluffy. I love the Fluffy, by the way. Yes, these wonderful, tortured souls are our eyes. all around the plane of shadows. And they've been watching you especially closely since you arrived the same place as those other monsters arrived from.
Are you
Only-
saying we're in danger, or we
You were,
are
but
being
then
watched by evilness?
you were in danger, but then we saw how you treated that fetchling boy. You treated him as an equal, not a lesser.
I look back at Juniper and Sawyer and ask, can I have some help here so I'm not the one that does all the talking? And I get nothing back. So I continue to talk.
I have to. Words don't just come out of my mouth. I have to think about them first. So we're in the middle of something. Can we reconvene with you and your master after our task at hand?
Oh, well, if it were my choice, I would just send you home and take that item that you're hiding from me. Only those who are worthy to be planeswalkers should be planeswalkers. However, my master, the great and powerful Mortem Vandran, has determined that your actions since arriving may make you worthy of remaining planeswalkers. So he has requested that I deliver a message that he wishes to speak with you post haste and invite you to his lab in the keep at Duskshire to discuss all of these recent kidnappings and the atrocities committed against our people.
What item are you speaking of?
So he is going to magically summon the torch that you stole from the bandits. Basically conjuring it out of thin air, but it's the actual version of it from your pocket. This device, this ancient artifact that you liberated from the undeserving, do you not know its function?
I think the only person that really knows would be Juniper, since she's the one that has had it.
It makes fire.
Foolish, foolish little Fae. You know better, and you cannot lie to me.
I do know better, but you're taking up my time and I have a short little patience, just like how I am short and little. So, if you excuse us, we have a place to be.
Fine. Were it not for my master's orders, I would stop you here and now, but you will be meeting with Mortem when you arrive. So, for now, I'll leave you with this. This artifact is extremely, extremely dangerous, and not to be trifled with by silly little Fae.
You know what else is dangerous? A little 1-foot pixie girl who has an attitude of a short fuse. Move to the right hand side and let us pass.
He's gonna lean down to Juniper's height, which makes his body look unnaturally bent. and hand you the torch back. Do be careful, little Fae. Your kind tend not to do well out of the wilds. And certainly not here. I shall see you all when you arrive in Duskshear. Do not keep us waiting.
We will. Bye.
Joke's on that,
Well,
man.
before
I don't
you
even
say
do well in the Feywilds.
before you even say anything, he just turns around and disappears. And all of the augurs that have been following you the whole time disappear with him.
Except for
Even
Fluffy.
Fluffy?
No.
Except for Fluffy. Because Fluffy's your pet now.
Yes.
Or at least chose to stay with you over going with him.
For now.
Well, so now for the very first time since you've entered the plane of shadows, you're completely alone, minus Hahuro, who's kind of just been following in silence, looking depressed, as he slowly realizes that all of his friends and family are dead.
It happens.
Or missing. But there's nothing obstructing your path from continuing onward.
I'm going to use my magic to basically make a laser pointer to play with Fluffy along our path.
Well, he's mostly an observer, but he does seem to like the game. He likes having something cool to look at. All right. So, are we going to just keep continuing down the path?
Yarp.
All right, as we exit the creepy dark forest of all kinds of surprises, we come upon... Oh, I have to manually move myself, sorry. We come upon a path leading up to a walled city, much bigger than the city that you just came from.
I'd say so.
And you guys are coming up this lower path towards what is labeled as the Fetchling Slums.
Ah, how nice.
Let me go ahead and grab these real quick. All right. So, outside of the gates as you're approaching, off in the distance, you can see basically a tent city. On the path that you're currently on are, well, it's labeled slums, so you can imagine what it looks like, but a bunch of lean-tos, some real terrible buildings, mud huts, etc. Bunch of those pale-faced people who we now know are called fetchlings. Essentially a bunch of people who look exactly like all the people in the village you just came from. Are all kind of camped outside. A couple people come up and begging you guys for money or offering services.
What kind of services?
Probably not the kind you're interested in. They just want you to pay them. But if you must know, some of them are a bit more explicit about offering sexual services because they typically are poor and they just need any way to make a buck.
I mean, it's not the first time that I have fucking prostituted in the D&D.
But none of them seem particularly dangerous. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if we want to hang out in the slums for very long. But we can, or we can continue to the gate.
Proceed to the gate.
Alright, so you approach the sealed gate. Interestingly, not really a gate so much as just a solid wall. But there are two of those creatures we saw back in the prison guarding it. Guarding's a strong word, they're mostly just hanging out. And pointing and laughing at some of the fetchlings, throwing some food on the ground near some of them, so they have to fight over it, Just being real shits. But they see you approaching and eventually stop their behavior, although they're still chuckling to themselves about torturing these poor fetchlings.
What dicks?
Look what we got here, a couple outsiders. What do you guys think you're doing here?
No harm in us. May we please pass through?
Well, anyone except the fetchlings are welcome inside Duskshear. If you're willing to pay the price, that is.
What's the price?
Do you want to pay the price of your life, sir?
Even that won't get you inside these walls, little honey.
I want to
You want
stab
in
him.
these walls, you have to prove that you want it. Now, there's only one payment that this gate will accept.
And what's that payment?
He's not the bright one, is he? You idiot, you stand before the blood gate. What do you think the price is?
Your blood. Okay, let's go.
Your ass, not mine.
If you think my blood gets you through these gates, you're more foolish than you look.
Okay. I'm waiting.
What my idiot companion is trying to tell you is you just have to smear some of your blood on the gate and then it will let you through. You don't always have to be a dick to every visitor. They're clearly not fetchlings.
Still kind of want to stab him.
I take my lance and make a small slit in my index finger claw thing. Get a little bit of blood and smear it on the wall.
Okay. So that's going to be 1 little point of bleeding damage. And as you smear it, what?
I don't know how blood damage works.
1 HP. Sorry, I meant bleed. As you wipe your finger down the wall just disappears for you.
Okay.
And you can now see inside the city through the wall.
I proceed to go through the wall.
Okay. Now, to the best of your observation, Juniper and Sawyer, he just walked through a solid stone wall like it was nothing.
How tall is the wall?
And you would be very tired to fly over it, but you're more than welcome to try.
Okay.
I mean, you do see augurs flying in and out of the city at a pretty constant rate.
Alright. I'm going to ask for Fluffy's assistance, but I'm going to tell Fluffy we're going to fly over the wall.
Okay. Sawyer?
Yeah, I'll just, same thing, kind of poke my finger on the end of the scimitar and touch the wall.
Alright, before your eyes, the wall melts away and you see Leroy on the other side riding Big Beak Marvin.
Yeah.
And you may proceed into the city. Juniper, you, with the help of Fluffy, clear the top of the wall and can see into the city. Nope, I didn't say that. I said you're above the wall, height-wise.
Okay.
Alright, if you want to, you can try and proceed into the city now.
Is there still a wall? Yes, I will try to go into the city.
Point.
Alright, so Fluffy manages to get through the wall and gets to leash length and gets yanked back as you're knocked backwards off of him by a barrier over top of the entire city.
I don't have blood to spare for this bullshit.
And you peer down and you see the lower way, the asshole one, rolling on the floor laughing. And the other one just chastising him and, like, telling him to stop. That you didn't know any better.
Would it be bad to stab the one rolling on the floor laughing? Okay, can I
The
at
fetch
least
ones might
kick
like it.
him in the nads, that is non-lethal damage.
Yeah, sure.
All right. He's gonna get kicked in the nuts.
He'll stop laughing and be like, "Aye, you're a right little bitch, ain't you?" Sorry,
Hell
Twitch
yeah.
viewers. But it was awful funny to make you think you could cheat the Bloodgate like that.
Alright, well, I guess I'm going to prick my finger and go through. I'll just prick it on Fluffy.
Alright. Same deal. We're a little 1 point of bleed damage, and the wall's gonna melt away, as will the barrier that was protecting the city. Alright. Welcome to Duskshear. And the little black thing that we've all placed ourselves on top of is a map of the city. Hence why you were able to see a whole map. With some sites of interest labeled. So obviously we know the Fetchling Slums and the Bloodgate. We went through those. Then there's the Sadink Bazaar, the Port, Blood Forge, the Keep, Sophalum Row, and up north of the city is the Fetchling Marketplace. And scribbled crudely on the map is a picture of a tent, and it just says refugee camp, and someone has scribbled underneath Loser City.
Where is the gentleman that is with us?
Oh, we kind of forgot about him. The hoo-hee-ha man.
Hohuro.
Okay, so I'm gonna take him to the refugee camp.
Okay, so before we do anything, is the party
Okay.
gonna separate?
No, I guess
Uh,
we'll all go to the refugee camp.
I would say, yeah, my plan was to take this guy to the refugee camp ASAP.
Alright, so we'll start at the refugee camp. So we arrive at the refugee camp, and it's a really, really depressing place. It's right on the water. Yes, this is water. It's gross and polluted as fuck.
Nice.
And you swear every so often you can see what may be a shark-esque creature circling. And some of these tents are quite close to the beach, so there's some cause for concern here. In the camp, there is some Wayang's, so those same creatures you saw guarding the gate, some fetchlings, a few creatures that look like Chybral, which we still don't know what they're called, but look like Chybral. And then is the description of this creature? So creatures that look similar to creatures you've seen before, Juniper, in your time back in the Feywilds, but all black-skinned and generally sad-looking, as opposed to the normal happy-go-lucky attitude of people from the Feywilds. These are black-skinned, look kind of like elves, but sad.
Okay.
I mean, everyone here looks sad. All these people have been displaced, and I don't know. Are we talking to any of these people?
I'm gonna talk to the gentleman that we had with us and tell him this is where you're gonna stay for now.
I thank you, friend of Juha. You are most kind, and I hope that I can find my people, or at least others like me.
We wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. My people are discriminated against by many here in the Plane of Shadows, but hopefully these fellow refugees can understand my predicament. Goodbye, small creature. You have been most friendly.
Oh yeah, the friendliest.
And we're going to assume Sawyer's also standing here. And you And you have been most kind as well, and have much strength, I believe.
Safe travels.
Goodbye, noble beast. You take care of them all. And he'll wander somewhere into the refugee camp to look for some place to set up shop.
I look back to Juniper and Sawyer and I ask where they would like to go next.
Well, we gotta find that person. Which I'm assuming they're probably in the keep, if I had to guess.
So is that where we're heading?
Sawyer,
Yep.
do you think? Okay, there we go.
All right, so I'm assuming we're taking this main road here. So we wander through a bustling marketplace. Lots of different people selling weapons, armor, spell books, staves, wands, food, potions. Interestingly, not a fetchling in sight since you've entered the city.
Shocker. Based off of the guard at the gate's attitude. Big shocker.
I don't know if we want to do any shopping.
Nope. Don't exactly have a lot of money.
Okay. Continuing on, the next two places we pass. So you're approaching the keep is walled, so there's only that one entrance. So your big open air forge. On this one, you see the female from that statue and a small childlike creature, but lacking any flesh. And like the flesh, or not flesh, skin, and the flesh has been like charred black. And they're like yelling at a bunch of Wayangs and others working. And then over here, you see the entrance to the port, which has some nice walls around it, and it's being guarded by a couple of those same Wayangs from the gate, but these ones look a bit tougher, and you see them like turning away who tries to go in, basically. And when you approach the Blood Forge, this is gonna approach.
Does she say anything?
Yeah. Hello. You must be the people my dear Victor went and visited.
Yeah, are you gonna ramble on just like he does?
I like how you're unfazed by all the knives strikes coming out of their skin.
I have a pet that's basically made of knives now.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
No, my dear little creature. I'm just introducing myself. My name is Carmilla Knox. You see, Victor is my husband. This is our son, Vesh. That little creature doesn't really talk to you so much as just kind of make grunting and like small roaring noises. He seems a little feral. I just wanted to let you know that our family runs the Blood Forge. If you're ever in the need for a powerful magical weapon, you come see us first. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Okay, good to know.
And I wanted to tell you, Mortem is expecting you inside the keep. His laboratory is in the basement.
Yeah, that's where I'm trying to go, but you and your husband have a tendency to keep yapping.
Yes, he's very talkative. And with that, she's going to teleport back over here, and you see her start, like, poking knives at the Wei-Yangs working the forge. Little kid is going to give you one more, like, grunt growl thing. A little aggressive, but, like, doesn't mean any harm. And then, like, come bounding back over and start biting one of the Wei-Yangs working the forge.
Weird child, but okay.
Okay, so can we now enter the Mortem's Keep?
Yep.
Okay, I'm in Morden's Keep.
We're missing a Sawyer.
We're always missing a Sawyer.
Yeah, he's just roaming around the residential district.
Don't cover up, Fluffy.
I'm sorry.
Don't
Alright, so
cover Fluffy.
we've got a decent sized keep made of obsidian, as was the wall. One thing to note about its look is very spiky, very aggressive looking. But otherwise, nothing really to impede your travels.
Okay.
Do we enter the keep?
Yes.
And who's entering
Yes.
first?
I'll go first.
All right. So as you cross the threshold of the keep door, or portcullis, I guess, we're gonna need a dex saving throw, or I'm sorry, reflex saving throw for you and Marvin.
Uh, 18.
For you?
Sure.
Okay.
Out of 15.
Alright, so you manage to, like, catch just in the nick of time and dodge out of the way as some spikes come down from the ceiling at you. However, in that chaos, Marvin somehow didn't notice spikes, small spikes, lifting up out of the floor, so he gets a little stabby in the feet.
Yeah.
He's fine, just a little blood. I mean, he's gonna leave some bloody footprints for a little bit, but...
Squish.
That's
Alright,
fine.
who's going second?
I don't like this.
I'll look at Juniper and say after you.
Ah, what a fucking gentleman right here, you know. Wonderful. Okay, guess I'm gonna carefully make my way through the keep.
In what manner are you entering the keep?
You know what? Let me roll perception. That's a 15.
You see that right inside the door, the stone right inside the door looks different than the rest of it. It's got what you could maybe perceive as tiny little microscopic holes in it. I mean, not microscopic, but tiny little holes in it. Which you presume means that if you step on it, the spikes will rise out of the floor and nick your feet.
Okay. Am I thin enough?
The ceiling, on the other hand, is much less subtle. Big ass holes, big spikes.
Am I thin enough to avoid said spike holes?
Oh no, it's a very dense placement.
Lovely.
Up on it, you're gonna have to save to not get stabbed.
Are there any windows on this place that look less violent?
No, the windows are all spikes.
All
Even
right.
the windows that have bars on them, the spikes, those bars are spike, like barbed wire.
So you said a reflex save?
I did not say that yet because you didn't tell me how you're getting in.
I guess I'm walking in the front door. There's no other way in.
Okay.
Why did it go the whole way over there? I hate the dice rolling in this. 12.
Oh man, you gonna get stabbing in the toesies.
Yeah, great.
Oh, and I max rolled for 4 damage as you get stabbed in the foot by a bunch of needle-like spikes.
Great.
And now that you're in, you could have flown in. It's a pressure plate on the floor. But the spikes on the ceiling can't hit you because you're too short. So, win-win.
But I'm always flying.
That's not what you said. I specifically asked. You said you stepped in.
You goofed yourself.
But I'm always flying.
No, then you should have said you flew in.
Oh my god.
You goofed yourself.
I'm never on the floor. That's dirty.
All right, Sawyer. I guess it's your turn now. After
Oh, boy.
witnessing both friends get stabbed on their way into this fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I'm gonna combat roll into the door.
Okay. Well, then I guess a athletics check.
Let's say I got either acrobatics or a dex.
Okay, yeah, sure, acrobatics. Oh, athletics, I think is what it is in Pathfinder 2.
That's a total of 20.
Yeah, you managed to get over the plates before the spikes managed to, or before you depress the floor enough to make the spikes come out. I mean, you feel like a slight pinching on the back of your armor, but like you're overall fine. And the ceiling spikes were not low enough to hit you. Alright, so now we're in this keep where everything is basically black and it's not very bright. So I don't know what y'all's vision situation is, but hopefully it's dark vision, or at least
Huh.
dim light vision.
Ha!
Can we light the torch?
Well, it doesn't really give off light per se, but you could
Okay.
try. I mean, I don't know if anyone has a spell that would create light.
I guess I can cast Dancing Lights.
God bless.
Alright.
It only lasts for a minute though, so make
So in your
haste.
very quick observation, you see a grand entrance in front of you that presumably, based on your previous knowledge of castles, is probably leading to the throne room. An open door leading to a dingy looking basement, and some steps that would lead you up the towers. Again, everything in here is spiky, so, be careful touching anything.
Knocks a lady said the basement, right? In a laboratory. So I guess we should head towards the basement.
All right, so we approach the door that leads down. As you look down, the door, it immediately has a turn, so you can't see any further than like the first half light.
I guess I'll cast Dancing Lights again.
Okay.
It's a cantrip, so I can cast an unlimited amount of cantrips.
Yeah, I mean, the floorboard is like lined with spike wall, so be careful. You can fly, so if you would like to fly down
I'm
and peer around that
flying,
corner,
as I'm
yeah.
always flying, and I'll
So
fly
you
around
fly
the
down,
corner.
you peer around the corner, and you see that basically right after the landing, it goes into an immediate spiral staircase that goes down seemingly unnaturally low.
Fun.
Now, I mean, you can just fly right down the middle of the spiral staircase if you'd like. Your two companions will have to walk.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna descend. Dancing lights makes 3 lights, right?
4.
4, and you can command them separately.
Yeah, they
As I
can go to
remember.
separate locations. I mean, it's just within a 20-foot radius, so in theory, I'm just gonna have to keep casting Dancing Lights.
All right. So you guys gonna go? Who's going first?
The one with the light.
Well, she's flying. So which one of the foot people are going first?
Would you want me to bring up the rear? friend, or do you want to bring up the rear?
I guess I can go second. Fine, whatever.
So Sawyer's in front.
No, I'm next.
Okay, are you mounted? We'll just pretend these steps are big enough for Marvin the Big Beak to fit on it. Big Beak Marvin.
Yeah.
Maybe the only
Okay.
thing big about him is his beak.
That's fair.
Wouldn't you like to fucking find out?
Lol.
Okay. So give me a dex save for the third step.
$18.
Okay. So you get past that. Then on the last step before the landing,
Another.
another dex check.
Oh, fucking dex check. Oh,
Or
yeah.
reflex save, I guess, yeah. I guess that's basically the same thing almost, but
21.
alright, so you managed to actually make it down the stairs just fine. You did notice, however, the third step's a little creaky. Like it had a little bit too much give when you stepped on it. And the fifth step, the next to last step, as you were stepping off onto the landing, the step above it jetted out in front of you and almost smacked the back of your legs. Well, Marvin's legs.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you want to relay that or not. Otherwise, it's Sawyer's turn to come down the stairs.
No.
Okay, Sawyer, let's go.
Oh boy, down the stairs.
All right, give me a reflex save for the third one.
That's an 11.
Unfortunately, the weight of Leroy plus Big Beak Marvin was a little too much, and the step kind of breaks as you step on it, and you just were barely not fast enough to get out of the way, and now your leg is stuck inside of that like thing while you're laying down on the rest of the stairs. Also, you fell into some spikes.
Oh, hey, I forgot to tell you. Watch
So
that step.
give me a strength check to pull yourself out of it. Well, you're initially going to take 2 damage for hitting the spikes.
Sorry.
I did warn you that
That's a
staying.
7.
I'm sorry, you had a 7 on your strength check?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're pulling and pulling and pulling, and you can't quite get out. In fact, if anything, you feel like you might be more stuck than before.
Boy,
So
I'm so
you're going to have
sorry.
to try again.
It's a 15.
All right, you finally managed to yank your leg out of the hole in the stairs. And as if magically before your eyes, the stair completely heals itself.
Can I now let him know about the fifth step?
You can.
Hey, just so you know, the fifth step is a bitch too. There's your warning. Sorry about the first one.
Noted.
All right, so you now have advantage on your reflex saving throw for the fifth stair.
Well, I'm glad I did because I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a nat 20.
All right, well, you managed to avoid being pushed as well, and now you're both on the landing. Which is really good, because, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of spikes about, so being knocked over would probably have been a bad choice.
Is there a railing on the staircase?
No.
Oh.
And it's a pretty tight spiral.
I was gonna suggest them have a little, adventure and fun in their lives, but I guess not.
Oh, if only they could. Unfortunately, it's just one side is a spike wall and the other side is open.
Nice.
And by spike wall, I mean a normal wall with just spikes lining the bottom of it. So mind your footing. Who wants to go first on the spiral staircase?
Is there a way that Sawyer can jump on the back of Big Beak Marvin?
I mean, you know Marvin better than me. Can Marvin handle that kind of weight of 2 fully grown people?
Are you calling Josh fat?
I did not say that. Look at that jawline. He is not fat.
Sawyer, would you like to ride Big Beak Marvin?
I do appreciate the offer, good sir, but I do believe that risking it on my own might be better, just from the pure aspect of we never know where spikes are going to come out of.
Oh, well, you don't know what you're gonna miss, but okay. Okay, I look at Sawyer and I say, your turn to go first.
Now, I want to remind everyone before we go on this spiral staircase. The outside of the spiral staircase is walled with spikes lining the bottom. And the inside of it has nothing except for a little tiny ledge. So I recommend caution.
Like I said, I look back at Sawyer and I say, you can go first this time.
Splendid. And I guess I'll start descending.
Okay. So, on the second step, the stairs start to give out underneath you, and you're essentially now on a stone slide. Think of it as like the stairs go down long enough for you to go over them, and then return to full. So whoever goes second still has to trigger it. So we'll do it as a series of reflex saves to manage to hold yourself on the slide without sliding along the spikes or falling off. Your choice. Which side do you want to ride closer to on this very bumpy descent?
Oh boy. Let's do the spike side.
Okay, so you're basically, I assume, trying to brace yourself against the wall as you're sliding down?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Juniper, you just get to watch all of this lunacy unfold while you're flying in the middle of the spiral staircase.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
With
The
Fluffy.
first one is a 9.
Okay, quarter of the way down, you got some spike burn, but nothing too bad. So you rubbed against the spikes a bit. Let's do the next quarter of the way down.
A 9.
Okay, the rug burn is starting to really get to you. And your butt probably hurts because this isn't exactly smooth. Go ahead. Third quarter.
A 10.
Okay, well, by this point, your leg's getting a little beat up. You got a couple cuts. We'll deal with damage when we're at the bottom. So do that final third.
$19.
Oh, you managed to salvage it and stick the landing. Or, well, should I say you got through the last quarter on injured.
Thanks.
But as you're approaching the bottom, a stone wall flies up in front of you, so you have to figure out how you're going to brace yourself on it, or just bail. Split-second decision. What are you going to do?
Fail, I guess.
All right, so you bail out and you land face down in some kind of liquid. It's dark because Juniper's presumably somewhere in the middle of the stairs, so you don't know what the liquid is, but it's gross.
I'm leaving a trail of light behind me.
Oh, okay. Well, he's all
Unless
the way
it's
at the
taking
bottom.
them actually like 20 years for them to
Oh
go
no,
down the
it's
stairs.
a pretty fast ride. Okay, so yeah, you can see that you're in a pool of a red viscous liquid.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's Leroy's turn to take the stairs of excitement.
Oh, yeah. So this is all what reflex saves, right?
Yep.
I don't know what that says.
7.
9.
All right, well, we know what that does. You rubbed up a couple times. I mean, you're actually, if you're mounted, this is actually Marvin who's gonna suffer, but
Okay.
Or Mark.
okay. So second,
second set. 5.
yeah, Marvin's ankle's getting fucked.
Thanks, bro.
Third,
21.
oh, he recovered nicely though. He's almost basically running down the stairs now, pretty handily. Fourth,
8.
when he got overconfident and he slammed you into the wall. And through your slight daze of being slammed into a stone wall, you see a giant stone slab wall rise up in front of you at the bottom of the stairs. Are you gonna try and save from the wall or bail into the mysterious liquid?
Back into the wall.
Alright, so that is going to be, we'll call it acrobatics.
And that's D20 plus acrobatics, right?
Yep.
17.
And actually, I think your order also gives you advantage, or gives you extra for acrobatics. So yeah, you actually managed to perfectly jump off the stairs over the mysterious liquid around the wall and land just fine. I mean, Marvin's ankle's a bit kind of bleeding. So we'll say, Josh, you took 1 damage from all the scraping. And I'll need a fortitude saving throw. Marvin also took 1 damage. Damn, I really rolled bad on those. Or good, depending on how you look at it.
22.
Oh, good news. You're not going to get sick from landing in the blood puddle.
Blood puddle. Lovely.
Okay, so now we're in this, like, dank, dark basement, and the only source of light you see is coming from a room at the end of the long, creepy, dark hallway.
Cantrip. Cantrip. Dancing lights.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a dank hallway. I mean, there's some, like, blood, like, flowing across the floor out of that door. Like a little, like, rivulet of blood. There may be some, like, blood on the walls. There's, like, water dripping down as well, so it's like a water blood mixture flowing down the hallway. But yeah, it all just culminates in the puddle that Sawyer was laying in. I'm assuming he got up and got out of it at this point.
Indeed.
I mean, overall, it's kind of a gross place, and you have a super uneasy feeling about it.
Great.
But also, really, is there a way out? The stairs just kind of collapsed on you. So we're approaching this mysterious door.
Yes.
Should approach the mysterious door.
So, as we're approaching said mysterious door, you hear the person inside talking to someone else.
Okay.
That's it, there's 2 people in there. Unless you really want to sit and listen to what he's saying.
They're just people yapping.
Yep.
Alright. I guess. Damn it.
I mean, you can percept to see if you can hear what's being said. It's pretty quiet, so you'd have to, like, sit and actually listen.
Got you. And I just realized that we have a cloak of resistance that was +1 to all saving throws. That's cool.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 1 on the damage, it's fine.
You'll want to put 1 in the miscellaneous modifier for your saves then, like your fort reflex will save.
So it would be 3 then instead of 2.
Yeah.
Got it.
For the future reference.
Yeah, it might be. Alright.
So, are we just barging in, peeking in, listening in? What are we doing?
I'll listen in.
Alright. Give me a perception check because you're trying, to hear whispers.
16.
I don't know, 11. 11. 16 as well.
Okay. Sawyer?
$13.
Okay, so Sawyer can pick up a few keywords. Suffering, blood, pain, death.
This doesn't sound
Our-
very comforting.
Our 16 and up people, or what? We both had 16, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you can hear like someone whispering, yes, you're suffering. It brings such unbridled joy, and your blood will join the others. But don't think that you get to escape through death. Your suffering has only just begun. And you can hear the other person kind of like whimpering and crying. And then the other voice goes again, I will transform you into something truly marvelous, and only then will you have permission to die.
This is some kinky shit.
All right, so what are we doing? Peeking, barging?
What do you guys think?
Someone is potentially being hurt.
I'll go barging in.
Okay, so you barge in, and you see the other creature from the statue, that weird metally looking dude, leaning over someone on the table, tied down. Much of his flesh has been peeled away. It is his blood running down the hallway. And he's got like a bunch of needles and knives stuck into his flesh at various points. And essentially what it is the four metallic arms are bracing on the four corners of the table, and the weird flesh and the fleshy face in the middle is like leaned in over top of the individual who's been mutilated beyond recognition, so you can't even tell what he originally was.
Lovely.
But the man has not appeared to notice you, but the man being tortured has. So he's going to weakly say, please help me. Just kill me.
I don't really want to kill this man that's struggling.
I would like to save him if possible.
Well, it's your guys' call, how you want to handle it. And what you want to do, say.
What race is this person again?
Which person?
The person that's asking to be killed.
Well, right now he's basically flesh. Most of his skin's been peeled away, so he's got black hair. He looks potentially to be about the size of what you might think Jeho would look like if he was older.
Does he look like the little boy that told us to come rescue his dad?
Well, I mean, again, he looks like flesh. Most of his skin is gone. All he really has left is hair. His hair is black. But he could be a fetchling.
I think we need to save this man.
I think so.
Alright, who's gonna get in and stop him? Because I don't think we should start a fight with the big scary man. But we've got to convince him to stop.
Who's got the best persuasion, I guess, would be the question.
What would that be under? Would it just be a general charisma?
There's diplomacy.
Yeah, diplomacy.
That's the word.
Sorry, I've been looking into any Pathfinder 2.0 character sheets.
I have a 6 in it.
Well, that's probably going to be the best of all of us.
I have a 0.
Gee.
I have a 6. All right. I guess it's a D20 plus 6 then, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, you still have to make a compelling argument to get this creature, we'll call him, to stop. Also, I guess he's large, so I can make the picture bigger. Then you can also see the amazing detail.
All right. I'm going to roll for diplomacy. $17. 23.
All right, start a conversation with him.
What do you think you're doing? Stop. He's done nothing wrong.
So the metal part of the man is going to kind of like lift, again, unnaturally and uncomfortably contorted. The hands are still on the four corners of the table, but the body is going to like turn towards you. So you can see this human in the middle of it with no flesh. Basically, it's really just organs and again, veins. It's basically the person from the statue earlier. So you recognize immediately who or what he is. Also adorning his metal suit, again in the middle of it, is a collection of body parts that don't seem to be from him, but from other creatures. Ah, I see. Our guests have arrived.
Yeah.
And why, pray tell, should I stop my experimentation?
What are you experiencing? Like what's
I am experimenting to make this poor creature of the flesh something better, something beyond his comprehension.
Where'd you find him at?
One finds people everywhere. He's hardly the first, just my most recent masterpiece.
Masterpiece is definitely a stretch.
You don't see the beauty in the flesh that I'm drawing out of him? The
No.
intricacies of the carvings made with these very sharp needle points.
Not at all.
You're right, he is weak of flesh. Not as significant as my other masterpieces.
What's it gonna take for you to stop?
Stop? One cannot stop in the middle of art.
We can make you stop.
Well, that is something I would love to see. It's been too long since I've gotten to actually fight someone.
Y'all want to fight?
I wish to show you something miraculous. Would you like to see?
Does it involve the man that's in front of you?
It involves something beyond your comprehension. A demonstration would be the best way to show.
I would prefer anything that involves you leaving that man alone.
Okay, so with that, he's going to, while keeping all four hands of the top half of his body gripped onto the table, lift his clawed feet off the ground and impale the dude on the table in the back. And the dude's gonna die right in front of you.
That didn't listen to what I said at all. Thank you. Wonderful.
Now watch the miracle at work. And he's gonna lean his body part down close to him and like breathe on him, and you're gonna see like a magical aura come out of his mouth, and the guy's gonna open his eyes back up, and he's alive again.
That's creepy. I don't appreciate that.
Stab him with his metal dick?
No, the metal claws on his feet. Although I could have
Okay.
done that.
Because I was like trying to like picture this thing going up on the table. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna move on here.
The breath of life is essential to my work. Too many weak of flesh die in the process of becoming art. But with my power, with my breath, I can draw forth more from them than they ever thought. But
Cool.
this one has had, and he starts patting the exposed fleshy bits of this guy's like chest. He said, "This one has had enough for today. Perhaps we should talk somewhere else while he rests."
Yeah, rest I think is an understatement.
Don't worry, my friend. We'll be back tomorrow. You will be beautiful. So he's gonna get off the table now. So he stands at about 10 to 12 feet tall, all told, from bottom of his metal feet to like the metal shoulder pads. I mean, the actual torso is just like human sized, minus the legs; those have been removed. Come, come, let us go to my study. And he will lead you out of the room if you choose to follow this creepy dude.
Guess we probably should follow the creepy dude.
So he'll take you out into the open area and like snap his metal claw fingers, and then like it'll be light. Essentially, he just likes the dark, but he understands you guys don't. I will say, you all made a ruckus getting in here. Most people just take the teleporter in the throne room. The stairs are only for the foolish.
Guess we're foolish.
Or the brave.
Or
And he's gonna
brave.
like take a claw finger and like kind of like stroke it under your chin, Leroy. Are you brave, my dear fleshy creature?
Sure.
Brave enough for an experiment?
No.
So few are. But those willing become something bigger. I take it you've met Victor and
Sadly.
Carmilla? Yes, they are my liaisons. So basically, while you're walking, you're essentially teleported back up to the throne room.
Oh, Jesus.
So in the throne room, you see how best to put this? Variety of masterpieces, quote unquote, of art created from humans and human flesh. Several of which are actually still alive, albeit you're not really sure how, because some of them have had organs moved out of their proper location. It's kind of probably horrifying to look at, quite frankly. Not to mention, like I said, most of them are alive, although some of the more mouthy ones have had their mouths sewn shut or removed entirely.
And they do that to Victor.
Victor used to be my greatest invention, hence why he was second in command, but his wife has much more pizzazz when it comes to making sure my forge is run correctly. But enough about the Noxes. I'm sure you'll meet them again someday. For now, I must ask what brings you to my city.
We are here looking for the missing fetchlings.
Yes, of course. Pity that. They are technically under my protection. I run this providence.
Okay, so where are they?
Well, we don't know. Someone from your realm, referencing Sawyer and Leroy, has been opening and closing portals into the Shadow Plane for months now, stealing our people. And they always seem to stay one step ahead of us. The one we managed to catch wasn't very talkative. Even when I got done with him, and he points to a human above the throne, again, if you want to call it that, who's been turned into one of these quote unquote masterpieces. How do I put this? So his intestines have been turned into like a halo thing of sorts. Anyone who plays League know Karma?
Yeah.
You know the little thing she has on her back? The little
Mhm.
circle disc thing? Yeah, it's one of those, but made of his intestines. And at the top of it, the crowning achievement, if you will, is his brain. And yet, he is still alive and can speak.
Lovely.
The rest of his body is only a torso, everything else has been removed. But his chest cavity is open, so you can see inside. He's got everything essential, just no legs or arms, and it's really, really fucked up. Sorry for the visual. He referred to someone he only knew of as the benefactor and said he provided the means to open a portal into my world. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a benefactor?
Nope.
Don't really know anything about this realm. We just want to get on with our task so we can go back to our own.
Foolish girl. You have the means to go back to your own. I sense that artifact on you. Even if the augurs hadn't told
Yeah,
me.
you're missing the fucking point here, bud. I want to do this task and then I want to go home.
Well, I should then tell you that I believe that those you seek are no longer here. There
Okay.
is a
Then just tell
bootleg
us where
portal.
so we can go.
Well, in the city, there is a bootleg portal to the material realm, or material plane, rather. that I believe those bandits, those brigands, used to steal my people out from underneath us. The augurs, as I'm sure you notice, have been out in force looking for the missing people, and yet have mysteriously come up empty, and they've never failed to find something I want before. So if you wish to complete your task, you will have to return to your home and find my people and bring them back.
Okay, cool. We just
And-
needed that told to us like 5,000 years ago. Okay, we're off. Peace. Nice
And
knowing
your
you.
reward will be great. Foolish child, do you not wish to know how your artifact works? Do you know how expensive bootleg portal travel is?
I get it. We've used it. I don't need any explanations.
Misuse of that artifact will cause a great disturbance.
You cause a
You're
great
causing.
disturbance.
But I think you should take this one with you. And pointing at Fluffy.
Fluffy's my
He will
pet.
keep
Of course Fluffy's coming with me.
He will keep an eye on you for me.
Alright, so he said somewhere in the center of town there was a portal.
Somewhere in town, there's a bootleg portal.
Alright, I guess we're gonna go find the bootleg
But I mean,
portal.
you also have an artifact that would allow you to travel freely and not make you pay to use the bootleg portal.
Alright, then we're gonna use the artifact.
I wish you all the best of luck, small ones. And bring back my to their home, and I shall reward you like you cannot imagine. Though for your own safety, might I recommend not igniting that torch within the city.
I want to ignite it in the city now.
He's going to recommend you go up to the Fetchling Marketplace to do it.
That's
But
quite
you
rude to the
obviously
fetchlings. What a prick.
You obviously are free to do it wherever you want, but he didn't explain to you how it works or what it does, so...
Alright, fine. I'm gonna go do it right in front of the... but they're at the fetchling slums. I still kind of want to do it right in front of these assholes.
Well, the whole party should probably agree since you only have one torch.
Well, this asshole in particular.
The one you kicked in the nuts?
Yep, that one.
Alright, well, you all are dismissed if you don't want to talk to this creepy man anymore. And for anyone who's interested, his name is Mortum Vandran. Mortm, just like the name of the keep. Vandran. And the Noxes are Victor with a K, Carmilla, and Vesh is the little boy.
I'll
So
just
I
do it
imagine
outside of the slums. It's my bedtime.
Alright, I see... Yeah, this was the last thing we had planned for today. I see Sawyer and Leroy, but... Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I said
Are you
I'd
doing
do it
that on the
outside
farm?
of the slums.
Okay, well, you all have to be within a radius, so... Whoever's carrying the torch has the ultimate say, I suppose.
So I didn't know how far outside the slums we were going.
We're outside the slums.
Okey-dokey.
Alright,
The water.
so... You produce the torch out of your pocket, which was politely returned to you by Victor.
Mm-hmm.
And it ignites in its nice purple flame like it was before. If anyone wants to, I can re-drag it out there.
No, it's fine.
All right. As you will yourself, or have the will rather, to go back to the material plane, you see in a purple glowing orb yourself, which again you could probably take to be the radius in which the turn works. The shadow plane to melt around you, and reforming around you. Yeah, see that. That was really cool. Reforming around you is the outskirts. You're on the outskirts of a town, and everything is back to normal saturation colors. And you can safely assume that this means you are back onto the material plane.
Very nice.
Cool. We did it. We're no longer all grayscale,
We did it.
I would say.
Yay!
Big yay.
We successfully survived the shadow plane the first time. I'm assuming we'll be back.
That's kind of the hope. To return some people.
And we helped out a new friend. Stole some gems along the way.
We have a Fluffy, that's all that matters.
I was saying, we made a new friend. Not a great fighter, but... So I can look what he does as a familiar and see what that bonus is. Do that then.
Okay. That's fine with me.
Good session. Next week we will be exploring the material plane for the first time.
Looking forward to it.
We moved an entire meeting for next week, so...
Is it next week?
Oh, really?
Yes, the meeting is next week, Bobby.
Fucking A. I thought it was tomorrow.
No, it's next week.
Son of a bitch.
Next Thursday, I guess?
Yeah.
I need to get a calendar.
I have a national advisor meeting on Tuesday, and then we have this, and then on Thursday I have our like actual guild advisor meeting. The guild advisor meeting was supposed to be on Wednesday, but then we asked to move it.
Something tells me that I have something next Thursday.
Alright, guys. Well, that is the end of session 2. So, we will continue next week. Like I said, we'll be exploring the material plane. We'll see how that goes. I think what I'm going to do... Let me see. We might raid Jess. And see what she's playing. She's another extra lifer, and she's doing an extra live stream today, so we'll go ahead and raid her for the rest of her stream. But we'll go ahead, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna play DDV. I've got some stuff to do. Got a lot of catching up to do. But see you guys later.